Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Why you invited your ex? It's me and you. Cool. I thought you was coming. We just cool, brother. That's no problem. Come sit down. Wait, are you jealous? Yeah, like happy birthday. No, I'm good. No, you're not taking the bag. No, Daniel, stop. You'll get the bag. No, you're not getting the bag. You're not getting. No, stop, Daniel. No, you get it. You invite your ex. You invite your ex. You invite your ex. No, we're just friends. We're just friends. Daniel, stop. You really gonna take the bag? Yes. Daniel, stop. We're just friends, brother. We're just friends. We're just friends, man.
That was absolutely disgusting, guys. Like, take a look at this woman just so casually brushing it off as if it's totally okay for her to invite her ex-boyfriend to this thing. Like, girls will be so damn entitled about this stuff, man, where you saw at the end, she wouldn't even give the damn gift back. This guy right here on the left, the man who's sitting down, is like, are you serious? I don't even know what the hell this guy thinks he's doing. Right? Like, there are some dudes where you try and pull this crap, man, it's just generally, I would say it's unsafe for you, okay? But girls seem to think that they can get away with anything in 2021. But guys, on today's show, we're going to be looking at dudes who refuse to simp for women. So without further ado, guys, we're just going to jump right into today's video, and let's take a look.
Babe, do you know who this is?
She looks familiar. Is that like one of my cousins?
Don't be stupid.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. It looks familiar. Maybe a maid?
So my husband woke me up in the middle of the night because he was hungry and wanted a snack. And I was so tired, but I was the good little wifey and took my ass to the kitchen. And I whipped him up a little snack. A lot of women do not agree with the kind of wife I am, but my grandmother always taught me, with all the temptation in the world, you gotta do what you gotta do to keep your man at home.
Thanks, man.
Do you guys see the text that she put at the bottom of that, by the way? Like the part that she put there about how womanists don't come after me? Because a lot of these modern women hate the fact that some women will go out here and actually do things for men, and it makes them so infuriated, right? This right here says, please don't invite me out just to get intoxicated and ditch me 75 kilometers from my home in the woods. This woman who is, Oh my, what is going on here, man? Jeez. What is going on here, man? She's got like she's got a piercing in the bottom. Oh, is that just through her lip? Like, what on earth is going on here, man? We got the, like, you know, the neck tattoos coming in, obviously. We got a shoulder slash trap tattoo going on here. We got multicolored left to right hair. We got bangs, or whatever the hell these things are called, right? What on earth is going on, man? And you see, this is like, these are the types of girls, man, who, like, are just... These are the girls who get so frustrated, right, as they get older, man, that they're never going to be a wife or a girlfriend or someone that a man takes seriously. And I don't say that to be an a-hole or a piece of crap, right? It's just like girls set themselves up for failure, and then they cry when men don't want them, guys. Like, it never ceases to amaze me how, like, they never consider what men actually want, and then when it comes time to finding a man, they absolutely lose their crap. And obviously, shout out to my ex, you're really quite the man, getting ditched by Chad as always.
You bother me.
I tried to kiss my brother's best friend, but he rejected me twice.
Like, am I the only one who finds that kind of creepy? Right? Like, girls who do this kind of crap, man, these are the same women who turn around and go, oh, you know, dudes are creepy for X, Y, Z, whatever. And then they do stuff like this. Like, I don't know why, man. Okay, that's a lie. It's all about attention. But these girls just feel the need to record absolutely everything. It's like, can you not just, like, go throughout your life without recording and trying to broadcast everything? Right? Like, this idea in 2021 that everybody just has to be sharing everything they do and, like, all of their personal information at all times. It's like, these people don't even value their privacy. Like, I just find that so weird, man. Like, that people just throw around their personal business all over the internet, especially when they just make an absolute fool of themselves. Good on this guy for not doing this. Like, just what in the hell is going on? This guy's righto, ankle tracker.
So I matched with this guy on Bumble and like just sent him like a cute little like, hey there, how are you? Whatever. His message back was an audio message, which first bold. But listen.
Hey Trish, happy Friday. How are you today?
That voice is it is a crime against women. I'm immediately pregnant. You know that sound that's like, I'm Gabby and I'm pregnant as fuck. That was me after getting that message. Like, sir, your voice oozes sex. How dare you come at me that way? I mean, thank you. You made my day. The hottest thing I've ever heard. But like,
dude, these girls, like, I don't understand if they think they're being funny or what's going on, but I just don't find like this kind of humor funny, right? Like, oh, I'm feeling so attacked right now, ha ha ha. Like, what on earth, man? If you're a girl and you're like over a certain age and you're on Bumble or Tinder, like, I like, what on earth are you doing, man? It's like, these people should not have difficulty, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of dudes in the comments absolutely throwing a riot after I say this, right? But these girls should not have difficulty finding a relationship, okay? Even girls like this, who I know a lot of you are going to drop a comment about, right? Like, even girls like this, man, it's not difficult for women to secure relationships, okay? Like, even if she's not the most attractive girl in the world, it's like the idea that women struggle with dating is so absolutely laughable to me, man. When they can literally have their relationship done and sorted by a young age, okay? Men are the ones who actually have to work and provide something, generally speaking, to relationships. Girls just kind of rock up and there'll be a dude that'll take them under their wing or, you know, give them money or whatever. So these girls who get to this age, man, and they're talking about, oh, I was on Bumble. It's like, it's the same thing as like a single mother talking about the fact that she's at the club. Like, it's like, what on earth are you doing, man? Like, you should have had this sorted ages ago. And if you didn't, that's totally fine. But let's just call it for what it is. Like, you're not looking for, you know, Mr. Right. You're just looking to go from guy to guy.
What is your profession?
So I had a young Karen, also known as a Becky, slide into my DMs. What she said was sweet and simple. She goes, I don't get you. Now I was intrigued by this, so I responded by saying, what? She said, well, you have a lot of followers, but you only have like 1 or 2 good videos, and that's it. Well, after a 16-second view of her profile, it didn't take Scooby-Doo to figure out the mystery of what videos of mine she was talking about. You see, this Becky was part of Thought TikTok, also known as ThoughtCock. Every single one of her thumbnails was her in a bikini with her rear end facing the camera. So I'm assuming the videos of mine she's talking about are the ones where I went full boy. You know, the tan pants. You know the ones. So I messaged her and I said, well, I try to do as much original content as I can, and I think sometimes people appreciate that. She said, well, you'd probably have more followers if, you know, you did the dances and stuff. I said, I'd probably have more followers if I had tits too, but neither of those things are going to happen.
Now, social media in 2021, man, I swear every second girl, just their social media is embarrassing. Like, it just straight up is embarrassing. Like, I don't know how dudes... You see, the thing is, these girls will go around and complain about the fact that they don't have a boyfriend, right? But then every second one of them, it's like, why would a guy have a relationship with you? Because if he gets in a relationship with you, all that it really does is bring shame to his name, right? That's all it really does. And we're going to take one more look at this clip before we continue on as well. I'm going to mute this and talk over it, but, like, look at this situation right here. She's got all the people clapping, I don't know what, but, like, Look at it. Oh, look. Oh, you know, how ridiculous is this? Like, smile on her face, absolutely everything. Okay, like, look at this girl, man. She's just see, the thing about this situation is what she's doing is she's trying to make it seem as though if the dude on the left overreacts, then she's trying to make it look like he's being impolite. You see what I mean? She's doing something. See, this is what girls will do, man. They'll do something so incredibly disrespectful or like messed up or whatever. And then they'll try and put it on you as though if you overreact, then you become the issue, right? It's like, oh, you don't like this behavior from me? What's wrong? I told you he was coming, or what? Like, knowing full well that their behavior was out of line, and then they get shocked and upset when you remove their privileges, i.e., in this case, the gift. Right? I'm telling you, man. Like, wives and long-term girlfriends will be particularly guilty of this kind of crap, guys, where they'll put you in situations where it's like they'll try and make you look like a piece of crap for for saying no, right? And this is one of those things, like I mentioned on the show a few times, guys. I'm just going to go on a quick point here before we continue on. I've mentioned a few times on this show how a lot of like this manipulation mind games that dudes like to play, like for dudes who are out there continuing to date, right? All these manipulation little mind games, tricks and BS that dudes pull, it's all learnt from women, guys. Like, it all absolutely is. And one of the things that's kind of learnt from that is I heard a guy called AMS talking about this, man, where like if a girl's pressuring you for, she's trying to get your time and say like, oh, why don't you text me? Why don't you text me? You just blame it on important stuff. You're like, oh, I'm busy, I'm working, I've got my goals and I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that. And the reason why you say that, guys, is because it makes her look like a piece of crap if she tries to call you out on it. See, girls know this stuff from the get-go, man. I'm telling you, like, girls know how to play all of this from the get-go, but dudes are the ones who lag behind. I personally, guys, I really think that women are just way better at manipulation than dudes are. I think dudes really just get circles run around them as far as manipulation goes. And look at this guy's face, man. He's like, are you serious? Are you serious? And this girl's like, oh, wow, really? He's actually going to get upset. Like, get out of here, man. Disgusting. Right? We see her continue to go. She tries to gesture him to sit down. And look at this face. Like, oh, like, look at this. I'm indignant now. Right? You don't want to put up with my crappy behavior. And what the hell is this guy even doing, man? He's like, yeah, I'm just going to sneak in and be polite. Like, this guy's face, man. Like, what are you even doing here, bro? Get out. Absolutely disgusting. She's yelling, right? She's absolute child. Refuses. See, all these guys here know how ridiculous this is. Right? Just making an absolute scene. People have got their phones out. This girl is an absolute embarrassment. And here's the thing, guys, is like, I know a lot of people are going to say like, oh, why is he reaching over and grabbing and taking his stuff back? Let me tell you something, guys. If he did not take his stuff back right here, he's never getting his stuff back, right? Like, for those of you who have ever like tried to help a girl out with money, like maybe she needed a couple dollars for food or whatever, right? It's like, guys, you're never getting that money back. You're never getting the stuff that if you guys give money to a girl, let me tell you now, that money is gone. Okay? That money is absolutely gone. And he just screws off with it. All right. This right here says, showing a picture of my ex to my boyfriend with laughing emojis.
Friend. This picture.
Who is this?
My ex.
This is your ex-boyfriend?
Yeah.
We've been dating for so long, and now you show me your ex-boyfriend.
What, are you, like, jealous or something?
I am concerned, Maria. I'm concerned.
Why are you concerned?
Look at him.
What?
I always knew I couldn't trust you around handsome guys. Now I know I can't trust you around ugly guys either, Maria. Look at him.
Promise me that you'll be on your best behavior. I promised other people that I'd be on my worst behavior.
Girls trip to Miami, never gonna happen. Because a lot of girls would be like, oh, we all have boyfriends. Like, why? Bro, if you're on a yacht in Miami, somebody gotta be pulling out somehow. Some way, and I ain't gonna take the chance if it's my girl. F that. So if the girls trip, yeah, you can go on the girls trip. We will break up, and on the Monday or whenever you come back, we will discuss what you did and how your actions were. And if I'm disgusted, we will no longer be together.
No. You see, this is the thing where like it's a bit off, guys, and this is probably where I disagree with a lot of these dudes. There's no discussion. You pack your things and you get the hell out. You want to go for a Miami girls trip and go out with the girls and have fun on yachts or whatever? It's like, okay, goodbye. Like, this is not a discussion, guys. You know, like, it's so weird to me. I make this point every damn time I see a clip like this, right? Where dudes seem to, like, every dude, like, we all seem to think that we need to sit down and have a discussion about this stuff. It's like, guys, there's nothing to discuss. Like, she showed you with her actions where she's at, okay? That's more of an honest communication than words are going to give you. So why would you sit down and, you know, have this discussion, guys? You know, oh, we're going to have a sit down and a discussion about the direction. My girl cheated, and you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have a discussion about the direction of our relationship. No, guys, you know, no anger, no sadness, no disgust or anything. Just like, yeah, you need to get out. Like, it is what it is. You're out. I can't have you around. Right? I'm not sorry. You have to leave. Like, I was talking to a guy on Patreon sent me this question, and I think I mentioned this a couple of videos ago, and I'm not going to mention this guy's name just for privacy reasons, obviously, but, you know, he messaged me and he's like, oh, you know, he basically outlined his situation where he was dealing with a girl who was not, you know, it was a bad situation for him, and he's like, how do I cut this off? And I'm thinking to myself, like, what do you mean, how do you cut this off? You guys, like, every dude seems to think we need to give these girls, like, courtesy. You really think that these girls would be giving you courtesy, man? No. Just get out, okay? And this is where I differ from these dudes who say this sort of stuff. But again, this guy is, like, on the right track for sure, right? But no, just get out, man.
Futurations 1016.
Wait. Hey, babe. Are we getting it on tonight?
I mean, the thing about these clips as well, by the way, is like girls are always going to say no just to preserve their image, right? Like, even if you are, she's going to say no anyway, just because she doesn't want to say yes in public and come across with a certain image, guys. Like, that's all it is. It says when he gives you flowers as the caption, you be like, and then she gives a massage. She's like massaging his face. Very interesting. Like, and again, these are the types of videos, right? That, like, these are the types of videos that on TikTok, a lot of girls would take issue with, you know? Like, girls have problems, particularly modern women, with womanism. They have issues with girls doing anything for dudes. Like, I think I made this point, maybe in this video or last, perhaps both of them, where just, like, anything that you do for a dude in 2021 is just kind of... Damn, I wonder how much all this costs, man. Like, that can't be cheap, right? Like, you've got to set up, like, all the lights, all the pedals, whatever. I don't know, man. That's pretty crazy. Is he gonna say no? Like, what's going on there? I don't even know if he said yes right there. What's going on? I don't know. I didn't quite catch it there. If you,
Billy, do you have
yes.
to drink after work every day?
You scared the fucking dog out of me, first of all. All right, I won't drink. Let's talk about your day. What'd you do at work today?
I don't have a job. You know this.
How about that?
Fuck you, Bill.
Dude, the way he, like, picked it up and put it down, that was good.
Hi y'all, let's make some lunch for my husband. Tomorrow he's going to get a club sandwich. I'm just starting off with 3 pieces of butter toast. I'm adding lettuce and ham. I'm putting the mayo onto the ham just to prevent any sogginess. I'm adding another piece of toast, some pepper jack cheese, and some Dave's hot pickles. I'm also adding another piece of lettuce and some crispy bacon. I'm going to fold that over and cut it diagonally. Some of those pieces of bacon fell out, but that's just because it's super crispy. But look how pretty that is. I'm wrapping it in some parchment paper and putting some toothpicks in there just to hold everything together. In his other container, he's going to get some peaches. I have a paper towel in there just to prevent any of the peach juice from leaking onto the trail mix side and making it soggy. In his lunch bag, he's going to get some snacks. I'm just packing some cheese crackers, a Cliff Bar, the H-E-B Doritos, an orange Gatorade, and his overnight oats. Bye, y'all.
I want to show you guys some habits I implement into my everyday life to keep my house clean. First is loading the dishwasher at night and unloading it in the morning, and then reloading it after breakfast, and then I can just reload it throughout the day. I always do 1 load of laundry a day as well, and also fold it when it's done. I keep a small basket of these little microfiber cloths behind our mirror so I can wipe down the mirror. I have to. My toddler loves putting her hands on it, and then also to just dust. And after that, I always turn on our air purifier after I dust because it just gets so stuffy.
You know, I'm always kind of curious about these situations, right? I've just kind of muted the video for a second. But, like, I wonder how many of these situations where girls like, you know, I'm taking care of my house, I'm doing all this, I'm doing all that, right? These are things that eventually come out of necessity, right? Like, if you guys caught right there, she said, oh, I'm doing this. She said, my toddler or my kid, she said during that, right? It's like, you've always got to be asking yourself the questions, guys, of like, where is the father, right? Where is the dude that she selected to be her partner, gentlemen? Because, you know, a lot of girls will make videos like that, and what they're actually doing is they're making bait for dudes to come along and be like, oh, you know, and slide in her DMs and give her attention and stuff like that. And chances are she might not necessarily have done those things beforehand. I can't really be sure in that situation, but yeah.
Wife is probably the best wife in the world. She is so extra. Take a look at what she did for my birthday.
Avocado and orange salad. Beef tartare and liver mousse. Lobster bisque. Rack of lamb with potatoes and carrots. Octopus and squid ink risotto. Last entree, beef Wellington. Chocolate mousse. Mini pavlova cake.
Because my husband plays in the NFL, people love to call me things like gold digger or trophy wife or my personal favorite, jersey chaser. The thing is, my husband and I met when we were 15 and started dating when we were 17. So I had the absolute privilege of witnessing this and this evolve into this and this. Okay, so please stop calling me a gold digger and call me for what I am, a psychic.
Yeah, and again, there are so many points I could make about that, right? But, you know, girls will choose dudes who have, like, success in them. You know what I mean? It's like they're always going to go for the dudes who they think have, like, not necessarily potential always. Like, there's a bunch of different, you know, demographics by which you could split this up, guys. But, you know, girls love to show when it's like, oh, look at the man that I got, right? Look at the man, look at my man compared to your man. And like the situation that this kind of devolves into is the fact that a lot of these girls just use their husbands, their boyfriends, whatever, as trophies, and not actually, like, they don't necessarily care about the dude, right? It's more like, okay, look what I got. And you girls don't really have that, right? And that's kind of really sad to see a lot of times. Again, this woman's on TikTok making a video. You see, like, none of this is like a private life, right? All of this is to say, hey, look, other girls, look what I got. And, you know, all those other girls are going to be crying because they don't necessarily have a dude like that, or the guys that she's... See, the girls that she's talking to who are going to be infuriated at this, it's not as if they aren't seeing dudes as well. Right, they're just like, oh, maybe I should have got an athlete instead, right? Maybe instead of these 4 guys that I'm currently seeing, I should have seen an athlete instead. But guys, we're going to be jumping into a couple of stories momentarily here before we wrap up today's episode, and I'm going to be off to bed. So guys, I have a few disgusting things to show you. We're going to open up with this, actually. So let me see if I have the right screen to show you, gentlemen. We have a dating profile right here of a 28-year-old woman. You guys can't see the top here. You can kind of see her feet here. But she says, and this is her bio, gentlemen, we probably matched on accident. I thought I could skip over people, but I thought wrong, with her grumpy face. Basically, if you are ugly, it was an accident. Don't waste your time. And if you are broke, go to hell. She's located in blah, blah, blah. She's looking for a long-term relationship. She is 5'2". She is a business owner / engineer. She has a college degree. She's from blah, blah, blah. And she has children. Guys, these girls, 5'2", have kids, looking for a long-term relationship. But don't worry, you've got to make a lot of money. You've got to have a height requirement, guys. And what is she gonna, what is she going to provide to you, gentlemen, but a bad attitude and some children? Absolutely disgusting to see. Okay, and this is the deal that, like, here's the thing, right? If a guy has options to, you know, to be with other women, to have other relationships or whatever, why would he choose to deal with you, especially when you open up with such a poor attitude, right? We probably matched on accident. I thought I could skip over people, but I thought wrong. If you are ugly, it was an accident. Don't waste your time. And if you're broke, go to hell. Guys, imagine the reversal of this, or like a similar situation where like a guy makes a profile, right? And he goes, you know, if you're over this weight, then go to hell. It's like, can you imagine how quickly that guy would get canceled? If you're a dude and you're in a small city, right, and you write something like that, I mean, every girl's gonna know. Like, every girl in your circle is gonna know. They're gonna be like, oh, he's you know, the misogynist, right? He's the terrible guy who said this on Tinder. Like, can you believe that he said that? It's so absolutely disgusting. Okay, and yet you got all these girls out here making bios like this. But guys, I just wanted to make a quick pause before we go on to today's next and final story. I'm looking for a particular man who filled out the editor application the other day. So if this is you right here who filled out this form, can you either send me an email at mrfiend11@gmail.com or resubmit the form from the other day? I'm going to leave the link in the description as well, entering your correct codes. But if that's not you guys, I just wanted to mention that I do have an application form. So if you're interested in helping make some content for the show in the form of TikTok compilations on the back end of the show, guys, make sure you fill out that form in the description if you're interested. But guys, we're going to be continuing on to today's last little story here. And again, this is absolutely disgusting, okay? This right here is a woman's shopping list on our favorite subreddit, you know, the dating strategy of the women. So let's take a look at what she says here. In all capitals, she says, unapologetically, my list for men is: you must have completed and graduated with a bachelor's degree or a higher at least 1 year ago. I just ghosted a man after finding out he graduated December with his master's degree. You must also make $100,000 a year or more, either with a job or via a business, no exceptions. You must be 6'1" or taller, no exceptions. If there is an age gap, it must be no greater than 5 years, no exceptions. He must have a completely intact hairline in all capitals and all of his teeth, no exceptions. He must work out regularly and have a visible six-pack. I will not date fat guys. He must be free of certain things that I can't really talk about. He must be childless at the time of matching, no exceptions. He must have never ever participated in the armed forces or the related fields. I swipe left on all veterans. I ghost, block, and delete any man I match with that later reveals that he has served in the army at any capacity. Same applies for cops, firefighters, EMTs, guards, or the related professions. Same for the relevant departments, all of the listed. There are no exceptions to this. If he served for even 1 minute, he is ghosted. Now, guys, you may be reading along with this particular list right here, thinking to yourself, this is absolute clown world material. And you would be absolutely right, guys, because it absolutely is. A lot of these girls, man, they have lists that are not necessarily as nutted out as this. Like, maybe they haven't written a list like this per se. But the amount of girls, gentlemen, who, you know, won't date a guy who's under 6'1" or whatever, or have all of these requirements is like, guys, girls will be out here with all of these requirements, and if you list one little requirement, oh, they lose their marbles over that. I'm telling you. It's like, you want a girl, if you put in your Tinder bio, if you're a dude who's dating, you put in your Tinder bio that you don't accept girls over a certain weight, oh my goodness, man, you are in for it, okay? But girls are allowed to make lists like this, and it's you go queen, and you're so fantastic, and all this kind of crap. But let's continue on. He must not have access to these certain things. Anything that I see in his profile denoting these things, I will block his profile. No misogynistic men who use I sell language in their profiles or low effort profiles. He must be within 15 miles of where I live, or there is no deal. I'm not waiting for more than 10 minutes for a guy to pick me up. Some exceptions, like, I thought you were equal, right? Where's your license? Where's your driving? Okay, a lot of these girls, man, they expect a guy to earn 6 figures. They can't even drive, guys. They can't even drive, and they expect a guy to be earning 6 figures. Someone please make that make sense to me, guys. Like, 2022 now, actually, is just, man, this is going to be a hell of a year, isn't it? A lot of these girls are going to wind up 40 and alone with their cats. And here's the thing, right? Is a lot of girls who post stuff like this is like, you're just ruining it for the rest of the girls, right? A lot of dudes, guys, like a lot of men at the moment are really getting switched onto this, and they're starting to understand, okay, what is the point of having a relationship when I can just not have one, right? Like, isn't that just a magical idea, guys? Like, rather than having a relationship, I could just not have one. Now, whatever capacity that happens to be, right? Some guys choose to just not call any girl their girlfriend and just spin plates, as the terminology goes, right? But a lot of dudes are just like looking at relationships, they're looking at lists like this and going, screw you, man. Like, why would I, right? Let's just say we both get to 30 years old. Why would I turn around when you have a kid and I have to, have all of these things? Why would I ever deal with you? But let's read this last one here, guys. There's two more, excuse me. He must not, in all capitals, be religious. I am not looking to give up my Sundays or eating any weird stuff or sacrificing anything or traveling on a pilgrimage anywhere or doing anything weird. No exceptions. And the last one, guys, of course, he must be handsome. No exceptions. And guys, these ladies, they're really biting for some time with their cats, guys. And the thing is, right, these girls who make these lists, it's like, it's not as if a lot of the girls who write this kind of crap have a lot of time. It's not as if they're out here and they're like 18, 19, 20, and they're like, yeah, like, here are my standards. Like, no, a lot of the girls who write these lists, gentlemen, they're 30 plus. They're still out here hunting for their husband. And I use the word hunting very deliberately there, because a lot of these girls are out here hunting, right? And they're not going to find that man, okay? They're not going to find Mr. Prince Charming, because Mr. Prince Charming does not want to deal with you. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, make sure you leave your thoughts and your comments. And as always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you boys in the next episode. Peace.